If in fact we have a strong patent system, in my judgment, it provides for a stronger development of innovation and the ability to provide for better products, cheaper products in the long run, and also to develop new technologies that will impact our daily life. I think the prime objective of the patent system and even the copyright system should be to incentivize innovation. We need to innovate in this country because that's one of the aspects of today's world that we're the leaders in the world, and we export technology. That's our prime element of exporting in today's world. If we stop the incentivizing of technological development, we are going to have a major problem. A patent exchange with the public, it's a contract with the public. I will give you my invention and disclose it to you if you give me a certain time period within which I can exclude others from practicing my invention without paying me a royalty for it. So without that particular disclosure, you would not have the same type of availability of technology to build on. Even though we might have 400,000 software patents, I don't know the definition that's being attributed to software patents in this particular instance, but when you consider that during the year there are probably only 4,000 to 5,000 patents which are challenged in court, I think that overall you have a large number of patents which are never brought to court. So we have to focus on what really is brought to court, whether it's brought by the trolls or otherwise. Everything is built on prior disclosure, and this is where the inventiveness comes about. Because if I disclose to you how I built my particular element, whether it's the Lipitor or others, I can design around it if I want to avoid a particular patent. And that creates new competition. And if we disclose what we have, design around patents will always come about. Trolls, or non-practicing entities as they prefer to be called, are also inclusive of universities. Many of our universities conduct extensive research centers, and they come up with very large patent portfolios. The development of Google was premised upon the disclosure of an algorithm. The algorithm which allowed computers to paginate research. And that was done at Stanford University. It was developed as a thesis project by 2 graduate students. Ironically enough, they obtained a patent. And the entire program was based upon the issuance of a patent. And that's how Stanford essentially financed their research and in exchange for a particular interest in the patent. They owned the patent. They licensed it to the 2 graduate students, and that's how Google was built. So I think it's rather ironic today that some of their positions are against patents and some of the impacts which the patents have had on their own development and their own growth. I suspect that the peripheral inventions, just like the 2 young men from Stanford, establishing new technologies are done by the smaller inventors, and much more so because they have no restrictions in some of their inventiveness. We have the development of the transistor, which was done in 1954. The transistor allowed us to go to the moon because of the ability to have a lightweight switching system on computers available for the astronauts. Without that, we would not have been able to make it to the moon. We are developing microchips today control our life, basically. Without the initial development of the transistor, we would not be able to have a microchip. We need to make sure that our patent system is available to protect not only the startup situations, but also the developing situations for further investments. I agree with Judge Michel that the process of developing an invention is not as easy as many people put together. The aspects of trying to come up with a proper solution, I think, is something that we all have to work together and develop a process by which inventors are properly recognized and properly rewarded at the same time for their disclosure so that we can build upon what's available in the past. Because without disclosure and people keep it secret, it's not a way to develop new technologies.